I haven't had to cross oceans or borders or battlefields for my faith. I've lived a quiet life in a little coastal corner of California, in a little postage stamp of a beach town. And I know that other people can tell you stories of more adventure, more emotion, more insight. Stories that are raw and restless, colored with culture and experience and change. But I think we tend to forget that diversity can be just as evident and compelling within the terrain of a single religious tradition. And that Christianity isn't really a single religious tradition after all, because though its heart remains the same, it has 43,000 variants. This is my California pluralism story. California, 2015. I am a college undergraduate, an old soul, an introvert, a religious studies student, a Christian. I am obsessed with old photos. I read everything I can get my hands on, and I wear a lot of stripes. I am the product of my genetics, of my upbringing, and of my experiences. But I'm also the product of the experiences of my ancestors. England, late 1800s. My great-grandparents, Linda and Fred, are part of the Church of England. Soon Fred would be packing up his trunk and leaving the country for America, where he would earn enough money for his wife to make the journey as well. And though Fred and Linda would be leaving behind England, they wouldn't be leaving behind the Protestant faith that would strengthen their spirits once faced with the impending Great Depression. Italy, late 1800s. My great-grandparents, Giovanni and Giovannina, are peasants living in Calabria. And though they'd soon be leaving Italy behind for the promise of work in America, they would continue to be sustained by the rich history and enduring traditions of the Roman Catholic Church. Utah, early 1900s. My great-grandparents, Harold and Lucille, are Mormon, members of the Church of Latter-day Saints, although their son, my grandfather, would later sever his ties with the church. Minnesota, early 1900s. My great-grandparents, Ruby and Cecil, keep close to their heart their Scandinavian heritage and the guiding light of their Protestant Lutheran faith. Ventura, California, 1973. All four of my grandparents are drawn to the unique entity that is California, the home of West Coast surf culture, Hollywood glamour, and unparalleled religious diversity. By some stroke of luck, both sets of grandparents end up not only in the same state, but also in the same little beach town, in the same little neighborhood, and on the same street. Although these two neighbor families attended different churches, they played at the same beaches, watched cartoons at the same neighbor's house, and chased down the ice cream truck in the same California sun. And eventually, both families celebrated the same marriage, that of my parents, weaving together the rich cultural and religious histories from both sides of the family. California, 2015. I'm a Protestant Christian that grew up in a Presbyterian church, but I also like to go to Mass and visit the mission and read the papal encyclical. But I also feel like I've been a Scandinavian Lutheran, an English Methodist, an Italian Catholic, and a Mormon from Utah, all in another life. I love my Lutheran and Methodist heritage because of the prominence of the heart, of an intimate, tender relationship with God. My Catholic heritage underscores the significance of history and tradition, while emphasizing the awe and reverence of the Creator. And from my long ago Mormon background comes the importance of kinship. I experienced this vibrant history through the beauty of the Golden State. The rich variety of California's landscape mirrors that of my own religious and ancestral heritage. To me, California vineyards are my little piece of Italy. When I see the vineyards, I can almost see my great-grandfather Giovanni at his first communion. California mountains are my little glimpse of Utah. When I see the mountains, I can almost see my great-grandmother Lucille going to temple for the first time. California lakes remind me of Minnesota. When I see the lakes, I can almost see my great-grandfather Cecil's baptism. And foggy mornings on California beaches are my little window into England. When I see the beaches, I can almost see my great-grandmother Linda sitting primly in the pews. California is the very place that my international ancestry was woven into a family unit, and where these diverse expressions of Christianity converged. I'm the patchwork quilt of my past and of my heritage, all of which culminated here in California.
Look at the camera, Rachel.
Yes, Jesus was me. Yes, Jesus was me. The Bible tells me so.